There are two parts of the Bible that Satan hates more than any other: the first few pages and the last few pages. Because the first few pages explain how he got hold of the human race and made this world his kingdom. And he doesn't want you to know how he operates. But as Paul says, we are not ignorant of his devices. We know how he gets hold of people just by studying what happened in the Garden of Eden. But he hates even more the last few pages of the Bible, which describe how he is going to lose the kingdom of this earth, how his doom is written, his days are numbered. And I can prove that. 35 years ago or more, I made my first Bible studies of the book of Revelation. And one of those was on Revelation 20, which describes how Satan will be thrown out of this world, locked up, sealed, so that he can deceive the nations no longer. And on that tape, I spoke for 7 minutes about Satan's doom. As you've heard, my tapes go out in considerable numbers, but there is one tape. Every few weeks we get it sent back. It's number 596. It's the tape on Revelation 20. And though it was sent out from Anchor Recordings, who deal with my tapes in England and elsewhere, though it was sent out in perfect condition, by the time it reached the people who ordered it, the 7 minutes was damaged. And that happened again just a few weeks ago. It's been happening for 35 years. One family in a town called Brighton in England ordered that tape, or the whole series, but they got to that tape, and when they played it for that 7 minutes, while I was trying to describe Satan's downfall, they could not hear what I was saying. There was a loud foreign voice shouting, and they could just make out my voice in the background, but they couldn't make out what I was saying because of this superimposed other language on the tape. Sometimes it is wiped clean. I was talking to some pastors and mentioned this about 3 months back. And a pastor came to me afterwards. He said, that explains something. He said, I had a man in my study who was demon-possessed, and I was fighting to release him from the bondage. And he suddenly saw 2 Bibles on my desk. And he ran to them, and he picked them up, and he tore a page out of each Bible and threw it down. He said, after he'd gone and I went to look at the Bibles, I found he had torn out Revelation 20 in each case. Just a fortnight later, I was teaching the book of Revelation in Southend, another seaside town in Britain, and I got to Revelation 20, and I began to describe how Satan will one day be thrown out of the earth and can no longer deceive us. And I noticed the man who was operating the tape recorder, as our brother is operating it over there, became agitated and was rushing about. And afterwards I went to him and I said, well, why did you get agitated? He said, when you started speaking about Satan, the tape suddenly went backwards through the machine. He said, it has never done that before. And he said, it took me minutes to get it stopped and to get it going forwards again. So he said, I'm sorry, but I've lost that bit you said about Satan. Now, I'm telling you this because we're dealing with serious things here. We're not just studying Revelation out of curiosity. Satan hates this book, and he will hate it when we get to that chapter, because his days are numbered.